The Dr. Ray Podcast is a co-production of Ave Maria Radio and EWTN Radio. Here's today's monologue with Dr. Ray Guarendi.
Yesterday, I got a call from a gentleman whose cousins, and he was close to this cousin, child is getting married. The cousin had the children baptized, and apparently there was also confirmation, but the kids have completely drifted from the faith. They have no connection to the faith for years and years and years and years. And they were getting married on a golf course. I don't know if it was a miniature golf course, you know. I guess they were going to stand by the windmill as it went around and tried to time what they said to the spinning windmill. I don't know, but they were on a golf course. And he knew he had this relationship that he wanted to keep intact with this cousin. I don't know how much her kids, but the cousin. And he was scared. What do I do? Now that question is coming up all over the place. Everywhere. As the younger people leave religion, and of course they are the least religious of any cohort group, you know, kids under 30, 35 are, 40+% of them say they have no religion whatsoever. So that puts many, many people into a position of having to decide, how do I handle this? They're not getting married in a church. Some of it's relatively straightforward. It is two people of same-sex attraction who want to tie the supposed knot. And that's pretty straightforward. No, you can't go. You're not permitted to go as a believing Catholic. It gets a little murkier when you have people who have long since been out of the church, and there is serious family ties involved, and people wrestle about this. And the reason they wrestle is kind of like our caller yesterday. They're going to be real upset with me. They're going to be angry at me. And it got me to thinking, I've mentioned this before on the program, but I have rarely, and maybe it's only because they come to me when there's a problem, but I have rarely had anyone say, someone in my family or someone I know fairly well is getting married, or their children are getting married outside of the church, or on their own terms somehow, somewhere, and I just really would not want to go. But the fallout would be absolutely horrendous. It would probably destroy the relationship. Isn't it interesting? I would like to have somebody tell me, just once before I die maybe, that they explained themselves to whomever it was that invited them to this wedding or this particular service, and they heard, I certainly understand that. I know you have very deep religious beliefs, and these are your beliefs that you want to live by, and of course we're not doing that. But I respect your willingness to live by your beliefs. And please know, you will not be punished by us or anybody around, if I could help it, because of it. Now, I've had occasions where people have sort of said that. They kind of said, well, okay, that's what you're going to do. But then the people will tell me later that the relationship has never been the same. It's been cool. It's been distant. What is it? Now, this really bugs me as a psychologist. That bugs me as a religious person, too. What is it that it seems people are just unwilling, I'm not going to say unable, unwilling to allow another person to have their own religious beliefs? Why can they not say, in fact, I don't agree, I wish you were there, but I understand And I certainly will not demand that you be there. Why can't they do that? Now, I know you're thinking, Dr. Ray, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? They're taking it personal. They're taking it as an attack on them. They're taking it as judgmental on them, taking it as a comment on them and the way they live. Well, that just stretches it even further. Because that's not what it is. It's someone living according to his own deep beliefs. And another person can't say, I respect that. I got it. It's not personal. I know that. You're not telling me or my children we're bad people. You're not telling me we're awful. You're not telling me we're going to hell. You're not telling me you're superior to us. You're just simply saying the belief system that you adhere to, you, by conscience, don't want to go against. It fascinates me. And you know what it is? I'm going to take it a stretch further. I'll get to your question shortly here, but I'm getting in a roll here on Rambling. Take it a stretch further. If you make them mad adhering to something you deeply believe in, what other things would you do that would make them mad? Well, it's clear that they don't like the choice you made, and they may punish you, and I've seen this more often than not. They punish you for that choice. Well, then maybe it's only a matter of time before something else would happen. Even if you went to the wedding or the reception or the service or whatever. Because you're not acting as they want you to act. And that is a sign, I'm going to tell you, that's a sign of emotional immaturity. It's a sign of narrow-mindedness. It's a sign of unfairness. It is. You're not the one at fault. They are. So there.
More of Dr. Ray's monologues can be found on his website, drray.com. Monologues as well as full-length programs of The Doctor Is In can be heard at AveMariaRadio.net and EWTN.com/radio.